So our founder was on the planet of Mars, and he had a suit on. He had on a spacesuit. He was with another partner, and he had on a spacesuit, or she had on a spacesuit. I don't know. He hasn't specifically told me which type of partner that it was. He just knows that he had a partner, and they were on the soil of Mars, and they had a visual on a whole piece of land, etc. And there's a whole skit of things that he encountered, as well as his foot on the soil. And this is really heavy stuff, okay? So these encounters are just as real as they would ever get. This isn't a movie script you won't see. You haven't seen our founder in any movies, okay? So all this stuff is being documented in its raw material, and it comes from encounters. Encounters of the first kind, second kind, third kind, fourth kind, fifth kind. And all these are ongoing situation, and it's still happening now today. Those encounters are still happening right now today in 2023. Okay, we're in 2023, and my founder's been encountering these encounters since he was a kid. You know, living in the projects and out on the farm at his great grandparents' farm, and they seem to always continue. So it's a part of his life. He's connected with them, and there's nothing that he can do about it. And this, but in this skit and in this session that I'm going to share with you, I want you to strongly consider realizing the magnitude of this information that I'm giving to you right now. And we're sharing this information with you, and we're not being paid for it. Okay. This is an eye opener for you when it comes to our founder. Okay. And just as you may be shocked to hear this type of material, I was shocked myself when our founder opened up to me and shared some information with me through his sources, that I will be relaying these things to the people and representing his company and his foundation and ministry, and that he would choose me to use my talents and gifts to carry out some of his material while he was out on aerospace and automotive and aviation, as well as these abductions and encounters. Okay, so I won't get off into that because that's a whole nother session in itself. But this visit to Mars that our founder encountered was filled with thrilling, but such a short visit. It was brief, but it was so much revealed to him during that brief skit. The fact that he was with someone else is fascinating to me, because that says that there was a partner of his, and the fact that they had on suits shows that he was part of some kind of organization that was put together, and that there had to be a lot of efforts to go and investments and resources that he had encountered and came across at this particular time, during the sunrise and the moonrise. To be placed on a planet outside of Earth, I can only imagine what that feels like. To be shown this visual, to have this physical encounter, and I might add that during the most important thing about this vision and about this encounter and about this teleportation upon the planet of Mars surface is that he stated that there was a third person there, and that person or that entity or that creature did not have on any protective gear. It was obviously a part of that planet and nature, and he knows exactly how it looks, how the specific third party looked. He's not sure how his partner reacted with the suit because he only saw with his own eyes. The vision that he gave him was behind his own eyes, and it was a fascinating encounter up until the point when they met this third entity. And as strange as this may sound, this entity was very angry, was very aggressive, and I have to mention that our founder has the power to abort these type of visions and encounters at any time. He's been given the gift, I believe, and he believes by the Creator, who knows that that he was born or gifted to have these encounters, but he's given him the power to exit those encounters at will. And that's a power in his own that he's been given. That's a supernatural power that he's been given. And I find that so fascinating